Today I'm at a very remote plantation situated up in the mountains of the Isle of Man. My mission today is to try and find some old MeFOTO ruins that are situated deep in these woodlands. It's a location I have never visited before, and in fact I didn't even know of its existence until a few days ago. So this is going to be very interesting. This is a vlog into the unknown here, so I've got no idea exactly where the actual ruins are. I've got rough directions, so yeah, this is going to be probably a lot of footage of me getting lost. So the Beast from the East Part 2 has struck this weekend and temperatures have nosedived. You may notice little flurries of snow actually falling at the moment. That will tell you just how cold it is at the moment. But you may notice I've still got these stupid gloves, so I haven't really learned my lesson. If you want to see how I coped in Beast from the East Part 1, check the video at the top now. So I'm just about to head deeper into Faulty Wheel Plantation, that's where I am. And the path goes on down this way into the woodland. So from here, this is the bit I've never been to, so it's going to be very much trial and error beyond here to see what I can find. Found my first set of ruins, and they're not even the ruins that I'm trying to get to. These are simply just a nice added bonus. Just look around me. It's pretty amazing where these are located. They're literally right in the middle of this plantation, cut off from all civilization really. There's not another soul to be seen here. Quite a remarkable location, and in itself it's probably actually a good spot to actually come and take photos, but I'm going to plough ahead and try and get to my actual destination. But certainly I would consider coming back to these ruins again and getting compositions here. There's just so much atmosphere here, it's unreal. Just if you look at actually a lot of the stonework, it's covered in a beautiful covering of moss. And I think that can create really, really beautiful foregrounds for shots here when you've got that stonework and that thick covering of moss over the top of it. It just looks so pretty. If the other ruins are anything like this, I'm in for a treat. I think I'm lost. What an idiot. I think where I went wrong is I diverged from the main footpath thinking I was in the right spot, but I'm clearly not. I feel like I'm probably miles away from this place. I'm usually quite good at navigation, but I've just got this one wrong today. Place like this can be really easy to get lost in because there's not really many landmarks, it's all quite uniform. So my best advice would be stick to the footpath. So I'm not lost anymore. Yay! And I found the ruins, and they are spectacular. Really impressive. They actually sprawl across this woodland for quite a distance. They kind of go down the hillside here slightly. There looks to me on first impressions to be more than one sort of house here, so it almost looks like a tiny little village situated up here. Quite amazing. From what I know, this place is called Craigmore, but my Manx knowledge is not too great, so if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. The place is spectacular. It's so isolated and cut off. I've been to a lot of these ruins on the Isle of Man, and this is the most isolated, I think. Just it's situated so deep in this plantation, and it's not easily seen from nearby roads and footpaths, that it's largely ignored, and people just don't probably know it's here. I mean, even till a few days ago, I didn't really know of this place's existence. Quite incredible. I can't imagine what it would have been like to actually live in this place. Really eye-opening. So I'm going to walk around these ruins and see if I can find any compositions, but first impressions are there could be quite a lot to work with here. I found my first composition and it's quite a nice one actually. You can just see behind me here there's quite a well intact cottage, and it has the tree trunk sitting right across the top of it. So I think it makes it quite a nice scene, particularly with the foreground moss on these rocks here. So yeah, I've set up my shot and I'm going to focus stack this. I'm going to take 3 images. The first one is going to be focused down on the wall. The second one is going to be focused on the cottage, and the third one is going to be focused back on the actual trees. Then in post-processing I will compile them together and get pin sharpness all the way through the image. For these shots I am shooting at f10, third of a second, ISO 64 and at 35mm. Exploring these ruins is absolutely incredible. You get little snippets of what the person's life used to be like. You can see behind me there's actually still galvanized steel on this little shed area, and you can actually go inside it, and it's yeah, it's quite interesting. It's like a little sort of storage area that was used once upon a time. Quite amazing to walk around this. It's so well preserved and intact, and I think that's down to the fact that it's so remote. No one ever comes here. It's just totally and utterly forgotten about. So I've got another really potential beautiful composition here. This ruin that you can see behind me just sits by itself, kind of a little bit away from the rest of the ruins, and what particularly makes it special is it sits right at the edge of the actual tree line, so it actually gets a really beautiful light coming in from the side through the trees. So I set up my shot, and it's actually allowing me to capture a little bit of the mountain range in the background through the tree line, so I think that could work quite well. The interesting thing with this shot though is I'm having to bracket it because the light coming through the trees is just too strong, it's overexposing. So I should be able to, in post-processing, compile those bracketed images into one shot. My exposure is f13 at 10th of a second, ISO 64 at 50mm, and I'm bracketing 2 stops below that to really try and capture some detail through those trees in the mountain range behind. So let's see how it comes out. These ruins are absolutely wonderful. They really, really are. I could spend all day just wandering around these. Just the more you look, the more there is to see. I'm just in a house at the moment, and it's relatively well preserved. You can clearly make out all the different rooms, etc. And it's this beautiful covering of moss on the grey stones. It's just so photogenic. There's so many potential compositions here. It's a little bit overwhelming actually. So yeah, I think this is a place to return to in future, because this is a little bit of a photographic gem really here. I'm surprised I haven't seen more photographs of it. It's yeah, it's just a little bit forgotten about. If I just go up to the top of this ruin here, I can give you a little bit of a panoramic view. You can see all the ruins kind of going back through the trees there, and then just behind me you've got the edge of the forest there, and the highest mountain in the Isle of Man, Snaefell, just sits there. So yeah, what location this is. Amazing. I'm pretty happy with the 2 compositions that I've captured here. I think they've worked pretty well actually, but I think there's a lot more potential at this place, but it deserves more time, and it's time unfortunately I don't have today. So I am going to leave this incredible place and head on back through the woods. weather's kind of all over the place today. Right at the start of this vlog, it was kind of grey, cloudy, snowy, but it cleared up. We actually got some sunshine and some blue skies, but it's actually started snowing again. So it's yeah, it's done a bit of a 360 back to where we started again. But that's what I love about winter weather. It's unpredictable. It throws a little bit of everything at you, and that makes it fantastic for landscape photography. Today very much feels like the last dying breaths of winter to me. It feels like spring is almost here, but it's been an absolute pleasure to come out and experience that. The location I went to is absolute knockout. It's so peaceful, relaxing, scenic, atmospheric as well. It's everything you'd want in a photography location. It's just amazing to walk around the ruins and try and imagine what life would have been like there once upon a time. But that's what I love about photography. It gives me the excuse to come to these locations that I probably otherwise wouldn't. Yeah, it really gets me out exploring, and that's what I love to do. But just to let you know that my channel is likely to be quite quiet over the next few weeks. I'm actually going to Sri Lanka for 2 weeks for a holiday. So the flip side is I'm going to have lots of nice content. I'm going to be doing lots of photography work, lots of video work while I'm over there. And I'm really looking forward to that. It should be quite different from a lot of the content I've created to date, which has all been Isle of Man focused. So yeah, it's going to be a real learning experience for me. So yeah, really looking forward to bringing you that in a few weeks' time. But yeah, until I see you next time, please subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.